So for this assignment, we're going to be looking at a medium chunky salsa that I got at the store. Chips and salsa is one of my favorite snacks, so I thought it would be good to go over the nutrition label on this and see what's in it. So for starters, we want to look at the serving size. Everything in the nutrition label is going to be based on one serving. So there's 22 servings in a container for this, and a serving size is 2 tablespoons. Also in bold font is going to be the calories per serving. So for this, we have 10 calories per serving, and all of the rest of our nutrition facts are going to be based on 2 tablespoons of salsa. Next, we move into how much fat, cholesterol, sodium, carbs, and protein are in the product. These have a daily value percentage listed next to them, and that's the percentage of the daily value for each thing based off a 2,000 calorie diet. So depending on each specific person's diet, it's a good thing to know. This is based off 2,000 calorie diet. What do I want my diet to be, and adjust from there. So there's 0 grams of total fat, so no saturated or trans fat, 0 milligrams of cholesterol. We have 230 milligrams of sodium, which is 10% of the recommended daily value. Carbs, there's 3 grams of carbs. There's greater than 1 gram of fiber, so 2% of the daily value, not much. Total sugars is 1 gram, and there's 0 grams of added sugar. So that means the sugar comes from, it naturally occurs in one of the foods in the list, so probably from the tomatoes. 0 grams of protein, and then right here at the bottom, there's vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium. These are minerals that, these are the 4 minerals that are required to be listed on every nutrition label. And there's 0% vitamin D, 0% calcium, 0% iron, and 2% potassium. So these 4 you'll find on any nutrition label because they are the newly required minerals from the FDA. The ingredient list is going to start with the item that makes up the majority of the ingredient that makes up the majority of the item. So the first ingredient is crushed tomatoes, which is made out of water and concentrated crushed tomatoes. That's going to be the majority of what's in here because it's the first item, and then they're going to go down as you go through the ingredient list. So the next item is tomatoes, and that's going to be the second most ingredient. Then jalapeno peppers, onions, distilled vinegar, and contains less than 2% of salt, dried onion, dried garlic, and natural flavor. So right at the end, there's the least of those in this item. So things to look out for is always serving size, because that's what everything else will be based on. You have your daily value of the percent of each ingredient, and then your required minerals and vitamins, and the ingredient list, just knowing that whatever's first is going to be the majority of what your item is made out of. So that's how to read a nutrition label. I think I knew most of these things beforehand, but the daily value, I didn't know it was based off a 2,000 calorie diet. I'm sure it says it on some nutrition labels, but it was good to get the reminder. And it was also just a reminder to make sure to look at all my nutrition labels when I buy things. I'm pretty happy with what's in this salsa, but I'm sure I have plenty of other things in my house that have other ingredients. I'm not sure what they are. So I would say this assignment's just a good reminder to look at the nutrition facts and keep that in mind when I'm purchasing items. Thanks for listening.